And my testing of how this breakdown software works. Excellent fist bump. Levels good, matching levels. Good pull. Alright. I have this grip. I'm getting this up on the shoulder. Get it up there, Jason. So guys, you either need to fully commit to getting the underhook right here, or we have to commit to bringing our forearm and really making him worried about the loop choke right next to the neck as a post across that shoulder joint there. That's what Jason needs to be working on immediately in this position. Especially now that this guy's got a really good crossface. There we go. Now his elbow's up. Got to reset for pant nudity. That ref is making sure Jason doesn't mess up that pant tie. I like it. So on re-establishing positions, refs are going to kind of give you a general idea of where you're supposed to be, but you have to be proactive of setting grips and frames where they were before the restart. Do you guys like the white color? I'm going to try red next, see how that works. Good. Now Jason's back in good position to threaten the loop choke until this guy either disengages and he can reestablish underhooks, or the guy engages fully on this and Jason chokes him out. Now, Jason's elbow has officially cleared the spot where that choke is good to go. So if Jason wanted to, and I probably would at this point, especially because his head can duck underneath crossface right now because it's no longer in front of his face, Jason should use this as an opportunity to bait the pass, let the guy come into side control on the far side here as Jason goes north-south and rips the crap out of a loop choke. Still good position. Guys, heads up. This should be a chance for Jason now to reestablish digging for underhooks at this point. Heads back down. His elbow is back to clearing, guys, so that's another spot right here where this is dead to rights. He really needs to let the pass happen and go for the choke. There we go. Good. Yep, keep spinning, keep using that hand to establish a frame. Now, stop. Right here, guys. So let's back that up half a second. I'm going to slow this down. So Jason's making the turn here. So guys, as soon as we see that this elbow is now in line with his body right here, so basically his elbow is pointed back at his hips, Jason needs to swing his legs around and bridge hard. This no longer is a post that works for the guy on top, and Jason would be able to roll him at this point into a nice loop choke finish, or at least get the sweep and end up on top. Now the guy is able to reestablish his elbow as a frame. Elbow is no longer pointed towards his body, so Jason needs to keep attempting to spin at this point, keeping his elbow, which is getting dangerously low right here. Try the blue. Dangerously low, guys, right here. Oh, definitely not blue with that guy wearing a blue gi. We'll stick with white. Dangerously low for this guy's head to pop out. Now, if it pops out, it's not the end of the world. Jason should have enough space to be able to use this cross collar to reframe and get his guard back. But he needs to do a better job of keeping that towards the base of the skull if he wants the finish for control here. Because once he keeps control, all he's got to do is keep going north-south, get the elbow to point, and he should be able to finish. Elbow is still a good frame for this guy, which means we need to keep spinning and keep pulling on that choke, because you can still choke people from here. Jason's doing a good job of staying calm, because it's a spot where you don't want to bail yet. He's almost got north-south now. He's getting good position. That's got, yes, good bridge. It's getting very tight. That's close to finish. Guy head pops, reestablishes guard with that cross collar. Easy advantage. Good bump to single leg X. Now that he's got that underneath the shoulder, should be making his transition to reversed X soon. And guy is down. So just so we're clear, guys, when the guy is down on that knee like he just was in reverse X, he might feel like he has a better base here because his hips might be slightly farther away. But because he's down and this knee is planted, he loses a lot of movement. So it's much easier now to dig underneath his hips to start to set up your sweeps. There we go. Dig, good sweep. Alright, so let's talk. Me and Jason. So guys, when we're in reverse X, it's very important that we keep control here. That's exactly what we want. Now, we have to maintain that control though if we want an easy pass after the sweep. So as this guy starts to come over the top, Jason pulled his leg out. Right there. So he should not have pulled his leg out, kept it in, he would have had his legs crossed on far side hip. Okay? Which leads to a very easy pass. Now, this guy's hips, if I were to draw a line now, are slightly tilted with the mat. Okay, which means it's going to be difficult, a little bit harder to pass at this point, especially with this guy's knee shield starting to come in. Okay, so Jason wants to start to move laterally in this direction, and it's going to take the tilt of these hips here, and it should flatten them out here if he wanted to pass. Okay, because once they're flat, guys, Jason would be able to take this knee and start to knee cut either towards this side, okay, or this knee would be running along this shin right here anyways, and he'd be able to cross his ankles and pass the side control on this side. This knee not being in middle is a slight issue, not the end of the world. But as he moves laterally, Jason should take this leg right here and stuff it in between his, maintaining a grip as low on the pant leg as he can with this arm. Good, stuffs it in the middle. Now, this hand here needs to be grabbing low on the pant leg. And I'm going to assume he's not going to complete the pass unless he does that. Alright, so Jason stuffs, great, doesn't get control of the leg, head's not down, so grab. That's great for a knee slide pass. If you can keep the shoulders, same idea as the hips. You want them parallel with the mat here. This guy's got a good turn, so unless Jason can get a good pick on that elbow. Good job. And there's the regard. So guys, it's always a safer bet, unless put his shoulders on the mat. It's just much easier if you keep that low pant grip like we were talking about earlier. Low here, and keep that leg stuff in the middle, and then put yourself into a 100% pass or do a grindy pass at that point. Hands on the biceps. And at the end of the day, Jason is up 2 points right now for the sweep. Pressure's all on the bottom guy. Now, I do not like where Jason's posture is right now. So, either Jason needs to keep his head directly on the guy's chest in midline so that the guy cannot isolate an arm, which is very easy at this point to do, and would be a good idea since he's up 2 points. Or, we see how Jason is gazing at this guy thinking, oh man, I'm going to beat you. You're so beautiful, though. So I'm going to look into your eyes. We got to skip that, guys. He needs to keep his gaze upwards, okay? Not straight up, but outwards at an probably like maybe above 15 degrees. So, guys, if this was going to be our plane right here, clear that out. So eyes directly parallel with the mat. I'd want his gaze up in this direction, okay?
Keep your grips.
Yep, I had it for a split second there, went back down. Do not like him playing with his head in this mid posture, okay? We pick one or the other, but not this mid posture.
Strip that grip.
Don't listen to Anthony about stripping the grip. Does not matter right now. Jason's hands are actively keeping him from getting anything going. Although this grip is starting to get loose, so he might either want to tighten it or put hands directly on bicep. Coaching advice, guys, at this point in the match, Jason hasn't had a time or point check. If you are somebody who's cornering your fighter, especially if you're somebody who might not be familiar with their game, points and time are super important. Somebody needs to be reassuring Jason how much time is left in the mat. He should not have to take his eyes off his opponent, okay? And remember, eyes not actually on the opponent. He wants it parallel with the mat and gazing slightly upward, not at this guy.
Keep him right in his biceps.
Remember, guys, pressure's not on Jason. He has no penalty calls yet. And there's not much time left in the match. I'm going to assume under a minute at this point, or about a minute left. And guys, at this point also, for the person on bottom here, I would, if I was his coach, I would be yelling, short time, you need to get those points back. Because I believe right now he is down 1 advantage and 2 points. So not only does he need to sweep, he needs to either pass or rack up 2 advantages essentially to get the guaranteed win. So he needs to be making a move right now, and Jason is doing the correct thing of not really putting too much pressure on the pass, not getting crazy with it, and kind of waiting to see what happens at this point. Yeah, 40 seconds. Good call out there. I wish he'd keep head on this person's body. There's the stalling call, but with 40 seconds left, he's good to go. He can
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Good job. Good job.
Yep, keep walking the hips neutral if you're in closed guard. Kill the angle. Guys coming up. Disengage. That was sloppy on Jason's part. Wait for the ref to call reset. Don't just assume because we've disengaged that it's going to happen. Also, whoever this referee is, I like it. He has paid attention the entire match. Hasn't been looking off into the stands. He has done a very good job as far as referees go. Like this guy here, barely watching that match going on.
Good job.
Good match. So guys, like I said, just testing out the ability of the software to break down matches. Hope you guys liked it. Give me some feedback on it. Thanks, guys.